Are you thinking about starting out? Starting a personal project, journey, transformation of any sort? This talk is for you. Let's talk about beginning, the most important and the least important part of your journey. How can it be the most important and the least important at the same time? Let's start by encouraging you. You're probably confused how to start. Whether it's changing your body or starting a creative project or a side business or pursuing your passion. One of the most common questions that people have is how to start. I don't know how to start. I'm confused. I'm overwhelmed. How to start? Well, beginning is the least important part. How you start. And I would love to debate people on this. Those who will claim opposite. How you start is almost irrelevant. In almost any type of personal project, personal journey, how you start is almost completely irrelevant. You know why? Because every single aspect of your journey, of your project, is going to change numerous times. The method that you are using to get to your goal or goals is going to change. Your mindset is going to change. You are going to change. So with the change that you go through, the actions that you need to take are going to change. The actions that you are capable of taking are going to change. So the way you start is so ridiculously overrated. It gets disproportionate amount of attention. That's why beginning of your journey is the least important part of your journey. Because in the grand scheme of things, if you're starting out something, then I'm guessing you at least want to be in it for the long term. So if you're in it for the long term, do you realize that in the grand scheme of things, the beginning is irrelevant? It's irrelevant. The details of your beginning are irrelevant. The only thing that's important about the details of your beginning is that it's a interesting and nice memory when you hopefully progress and you reach your goals and you set new goals and you keep moving forward. The details of your beginning are just there as nice memories to look back on, to give yourself some credit how far you've came. That's pretty much the purpose of, not the purpose, but that's pretty much what your beginning comes down to. It comes down to, if you stick to it for long enough, to your project, it's a nice memory. But how do I begin? Give me any example of any personal project. And let's easily break it down to explain that it's not that important. It's not that important how you start out. What your first steps are going to be. And why is it the most important? This was to encourage you. Now, because I care about you, I would like you to get terrified if you haven't started yet. You know why? The beginning is most important because it has to happen. The beginning has to happen, and it has to happen now. If it didn't happen already and you're thinking about starting, it has to happen. When you finish watching this video, you have to start whatever it is that you're thinking about starting. Because your beginning, the first portion of your journey, and the progress that you will be making in the beginning, it doesn't get gradually more difficult the more you delay your start. it gets exponentially more difficult. Again, whatever it is it business, is it physical transformation, is it creative project, the more you delay the beginning, it gets exponentially more difficult to begin. That's why I say be terrified. Be terrified of how much more difficult is it going to be if you don't start now and decide to start 1 month from now. How much more difficult it's going to be. Or if you don't start in 1 month and you decide to start in 1 year. One of the best examples, of course, is physical transformation. I love to encourage people, but I had the chance to work with people and observe people who did their first push-up when they were over 30 years old. And listen, let's not make this too dark. There are people who do their first push-up when they are 55 and they are competing in different physical events at 65. So it's absolutely never too late. But you cannot imagine what kind of a disadvantage it is if you delay compared to a person who just started and maybe their plan, their method, their strategy was really not that good, not well thought out. But they just started. It's a terrifying disadvantage. Disadvantage to the person who didn't start. So I want you to think about that thing that you've been delaying to start because you don't know how. The how in starting out is really, really something that you're just wasting your time with figuring out how. If there is no one that can help you to point you in the right direction, and I don't know what are you trying to do, but in this day and age where information is available on every single topic that you could have in mind, it's available online, and I know it can be overwhelming, the amount of different advice and even opposing advice that you will receive. But just choose one thing and run with it, just so that you can start. That is, if you cannot get personal advice from someone. How you start to waste your time with it when 1 year from now the way you started will have nothing to do with your journey. But if you don't start at all, I'm thinking about some of you who have been sending me messages about something that you want to start doing. And there are some people who have been sending me messages or have sent me their first message maybe 1 year ago on Instagram. And they still haven't started that thing. And there are those who have started, little by little. I'm telling you to be terrified because I care, because I truly care about you. And you know what's also one thing that we have to discuss? If after listening to this and after hearing me say be terrified, and after hearing me say after hearing me talk about the disadvantage of starting out late, if your reaction is to get discouraged and give up, then, I mean, seriously, can that really be your reaction? I cannot comprehend that. I can empathize as a human being with being discouraged, but I cannot wrap my head around someone telling you need to start now, because if you keep delaying, it's going to become progressively harder, and you interpreting that as, okay, it's not worth it. I have already been delaying it for too long, so even now it's too late. I'm saying this because I know personally people who take on that attitude. Okay, so it's too late. No, it's not. It's not too late. It's not too late. Don't take this as an excuse, because you know very well that I'm not trying to discourage you, but don't take it as an excuse. Okay, I've been delaying too long. I don't know. Maybe some of you are think that whatever your chosen pursuit is, okay, there are people way younger than me who started way before me, and yes, definitely there are people younger than you who have started way before you, and yes, get terrified, but take it as an, excuse my language, but take it as a kick in the ass to move forward, because that's how I imagine kick in the ass. It's propelling you forward in not the most comfortable way, but still you will be going forward and not retreating and giving up. So I'm demanding of you, not even expecting, I'm demanding of you to take this the right way. Let me know, what is it that you have been thinking about starting out and have had this dilemma how to start. Is it too late? Let me know. If it's not too personal, I would like to hear what is it that you want to start doing. And then tell me, have you started after watching this video? I'm going to trust in your sense of agency and in your sense of urgency. Dragon fruit and pineapple, once again. Dragon fruit and pineapple. I'm going to devour this and get back to some writing. That's it. Subscribe, like, comment. As I said, comment. What is it that you want to start? Comment your struggles if you have already started your journey. I'm curious. If you don't agree with my point, also let's hear. I'm open, of course. I'm open for debate. I'm open also for constructive criticism of any sort. Thank you. As always, thank you for your attention. I really appreciate it. And if you have helped me along on my journey, I will be clear on this. No one has helped me to start, but you have helped me keep going. So if you have helped me keep going, it's kind of my responsibility to help you start. So let's do it. Stay strong, love life, never feel sorry for yourself. Talk to you soon.